It is your May homeowners update. That's right. What should you be doing in May so that you are financially fit during the year as a homeowner? Okay, so what I would recommend you do right now is I need you guys to make sure you actually have homeowners insurance. No joke. I see this as a lender more than I would like, where we're looking at refinancing someone and we're like, okay, can you send over your insurance? And they go, oh my God, it lapsed. And we're like, what? Yeah, I guess they sent a bill, but I forgot to pay it. I don't have insurance. Okay, well now they have to rush to get insurance. Thankfully, through the refinance process, it was discovered they didn't have insurance. But imagine if they hadn't been refinancing, they didn't discover, and the worst was to happen. This type of stuff happens. So number one, you need to verify your insurance policy, okay? Make sure you actually have some. Next, I want you to notice when it next renews. I want you to write this on your calendar 2 months before the renewal date. I want you to make sure it's going to renew. I say that because, guys, I just got dropped from my California insurance. As many of you know, I live in Florida, but I do still have a California house that I bought years ago. I've had the same insurance since day one. I have multiple policies with that provider. I have always paid my bills on time. Anytime they've asked me to do anything with that property, move a fence, do this to reduce fire risk, I have done it. They dropped me. It's Chubb. Chubb dropped me. I'm so hurt by it, I can't even tell you. And the reason they dropped me was increased fire risk. So I found that out about 2 weeks ago, and they're not going to be renewing in July when my policy's up. I've already started shopping, and I don't have a replacement policy as I film this. The reason is, at this point, I have one quote. The one quote is 3 times what I was paying before. And it's not like what I was paying before was cheap. So the reason you want to pay attention to renewals is because, look, if I put this off until right before the expiration, I wouldn't have the time or ability to shop multiple policies, to go to underwriting. If you're in like a high fire, high hurricane area, sometimes the insurance company might want you to do something with the property in order to insure it. Since I'm starting now, I have time to do all of that so that hopefully I don't end up with the 3 times quote that has less coverage. Okay, so pay attention to that, because assuming that you can just get insurance, it's a bad assumption to make. And that's not just California, that's not just Florida, that's Tornado Alley, that's, there's parts of Houston that are incredibly expensive. There's a lot of places around the country where insurance is becoming harder to get. So pay attention to the renewal. If they're not going to renew, do not wait till the last minute. Start shopping ASAP, okay? Cannot stress it enough. Now, the other thing I want you to look for on your insurance bill is how much you're paying per year. If you have an escrow account, meaning that the lender collects your taxes and insurance every single month, I want you to compare how much they're collecting for insurance versus your actual insurance bill. So if the lender is collecting $100 a month, which is $1,200 a year, and you look at your insurance bill and it's $1,600, well, guess what? Your mortgage payment is going to be going up to absorb that difference. So you want to be aware, okay, my insurance must have been $1,200 before, now it's $1,600. A, should I shop insurance, see if I can get back down to $1,200? B, if you shop insurance and $1,600 is good, start setting aside that money because the lender's going to want it, okay? I would also bring it to the attention after I shopped policies to my lender to have them update my escrow account, okay? Because otherwise they're just gonna be collecting lower and you always end up paying the bill. There's no free ride. So you might wanna be on top of that, okay? What else? Property taxes. Yes, certain parts of the country are doing their assessments right now. So if you get your tax bill Write down how much it is, guys. Make sure it's all correct. You know, there's certain parts of the country where you can argue your assessment and do well. I'll do another video on that down the road. But it's important that you're paying attention to your tax bill. Sometimes people who have an escrow account, once again, when the lender pays their taxes and insurance, they get the bill and they go, oh my God, I thought you were supposed to pay this. You're going to get the bill no matter what. You're always going to get a copy of the bill, even if the lender's paying it. However, just like what we did with insurance, I want you to take that bill and I want you to compare it to what the lender is collecting. If they're collecting $300 a month, so $3,600 for the year, but your tax bill just came in at $4,000, well, guess what? They're going to want that money ultimately. So once again, reach out to them and say, hey, I just got my new tax bill. Can you redo my escrow account? Period. Because if you're like, well, don't they do it automatically? No. No. It could be 6 months. You know, you have to keep in mind that lenders are servicing hundreds of thousands of loans. So it's not like, and look, there should be technology that does this at this point. Like, let's hope soon. It's not like a tax bill comes to them and it goes ding, 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 ding. Honestly, that is a great tech idea. Who's ever watching this, do it. Do it. Because it would save a lot of grief. So compare what you're paying to what you're paying the lender. Now, if for some reason you're paying the lender $300 a month and now it's $2,400 and you're like, wow, it's going to be less, do not stop paying your lender the full bill. That can lead to mortgage chaos. Instead, reach out to the lender, say, hey, it looks like my tax bill went down. Can you please recalculate my escrow account? Keep on paying whatever they're asking for until they update that. And I say that because you're like, well, but Jen, they're collecting too much. Look, they're gonna have to fix that. But if you short pay a lender, it's not like they take it out of taxes and insurance. I've seen people short pay lenders and it's almost led to them getting foreclosed on because most lenders, unless you pay the full bill, they won't put any of it towards anything. No, they might cash it, but they won't put it towards your payment. It just sits in an account. Seriously, it's no bueno. So please be mindful of that. Okay, what else? Refi. Let's talk about refinances real quick. If you're waiting till the news tells you rates are great, you should refi, you're waiting too long. We're in a volatile market. I cover this in my mortgage rate updates all the time. It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What my team does is we actually have a list of people where it's like, okay, this is where they're at, and based off of the state they're in, what they want, all of their specific parameters, this is the rate we need with no points. Very important, with no points. And then the minute we hit that, we call them. Super simple, right? And you're like, oh, a lender will do that? Yeah, call us, guys, 786-933-2077. It's not your job to watch the market every single day, unless you want to work with a terrible lender. A good lender is more than happy to do that for you. Is it because we're saints? No, it's because it's our business to do that. That is our job. That is my sweet son calling, but I will call him back. It's our job to do that. So if you want to know, like, hey, this is where I'm at, where do rates need to be for it to make sense to refi? Give us a call. Once again, 786-933-2077. Good news on consumer protection. Last month, maybe the month before, I did a video about deed theft. It's about how people are stealing people's houses. Crazy, crazy stuff. Check out the video if you didn't see it. New York City announced in April that they're actually, he's very persistent, they actually are putting together an office to combat deed theft. That's another phone he's trying me on. This is real, guys. I don't edit, so you know what's going on in my life. Maybe Jack will edit this out. He does do the sound. Okay, so that's great news that New York City has recognized that this is a real issue and they've put together an office to help combat deed theft. California, in the beginning of this year, actually put a new law where with title, there's required notifications. So there is progress happening on the deed theft front. Okay. What else should you be doing this month? Think about your air conditioner. I can't stress it enough. Most parts of the country, you need your air conditioner in the summer. And the worst time to do any air conditioner maintenance, to have them come out and do a check, or to have your air conditioner break down is June, July, and August. So May is the month that you want to do that air conditioning maintenance. You want to change your filters, because if you wait to start looking for an AC person to when your AC breaks, you are going to be paying 2-3 times as much. We all know this. We all know this. We all know that getting your air conditioner fixed in the dead of August when it's 110 degrees is going to be more expensive than getting it fixed in May, where there's less demand, there's less calls out. So please do your preventative AC maintenance now. Change those filters. I don't care when you last changed them, unless it was last week, change them again. Just change them. And if you're like, I don't know how, you need to figure out how to change your filters. If you can't figure it out, once again, have an AC company come out and walk you through how to change them. Now, of course, if you have a window unit, that's a totally different animal, but we're talking about your typical air conditioner. What else? Now is the time to start considering your vegetable planting. If any of you guys are going to be gardening, doing your own vegetables for the first time, this is the time to start planting those garden beds, getting them ready, picking out your seeds, seeing if you're going to do it from seed or if you're going to do it from plant. Now is the time. You don't, once again, like the AC, want to get to June or July and be like, oh, I should do that. Now is the time to do it. And finally, I'm gonna wrap up with something to consider. Please don't buy wind chimes. Don't do it. Unless you live on over an acre, do not buy wind chimes. And look, I'm saying this as someone who lives next door to wind chimes. Your neighbor does not appreciate it. Your neighbor is praying for a big gust of wind to rip them out. If it doesn't, your neighbor's gonna have a really awkward conversation with you. So wind chimes may be lovely for the person who puts them up, but just realize that if you have neighbors, it may be a noise nuisance, and you don't want to be known as the person who ruins everybody's morning. So there we go. I hope this was helpful for you guys. Questions, comments, as always, feel free to reach out. If you love wind chimes, drop it in the comments. If you hate other people's wind chimes, drop it in. Thanks for watching, guys.